Again. Smiling. High energy.
This is day 365.
It's too high energy.
A year ago I started this weird project wherein I chart my progress fighting to improve my health in the presence of severe asthma. In the last 365 days, I've met some amazing people and done some amazing things. I wasn't sure if I'd go past a year with this. Well,
This is day
365.
of my long way down. Alright. Okay. I don't even know what day it is. I'm so tired. So, we listened to this story that Hans told today, right? And you know, I won't go into those details out of respect for him, but you know, as you know, he's missing those fingers on his hand, and you know, it was already a big thing for him to have told us what he did before, and so for him to tell us what he told us today really meant a lot, and yeah, he got me thinking, you know. So I've been meaning for a long time in this project to talk about my health. Not really my health. I guess I've been meaning to talk about my eczema, and I've been, you know, there's been other stuff that I wanted to do. I haven't really been putting it off, but I've kind of been putting it off. So I figured today I would break the silence. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Omari, what about the amazing footage of you getting asthma attacks in the wilderness and falling down, gasping for air? And what about you bashing your shins open on boxes and falling on treadmills and the epic struggle of you versus oxygen? The project's about more than just the exercise and the fitness. So this is one of the ugly things that I don't want to talk about. But I'm going to talk about it because there's going to be one person that needs someone to say that it's all right that you have eczema. And no one said it to me. So let's dissect it, shall we? Nail clipper first, because hygiene. All right, so those are my shoes. They're shoes, really. I don't know what else to tell you about those. So I got no one here with me, so the camera work's gonna get kind of creative. These are my hands. Those are calluses on my hands. Here's some more calloused hand for you, if that's your fancy there. And this is the eczema on my hands right now. It's not as bad as it could be, but it's enough that it's noticeable. Roll my sleeves up here for you. Hopefully this will look okay. So, this is my eczema. Especially in the springtime, it gets pretty bad. I don't know if you can see it too well in the camera, but on my hands it looks pretty okay, like I was saying. You can see a little bit of light peeling there. I don't know if that's as much from the sun as anything else, but so I do try to pay pretty close attention to my eczema on my arms, especially because that's what people see the most, so I want to clear it away as best I can. So I use these medications for it. But it manifests in a lot of ways, like the calluses on my hands, you know, they get pretty thick, and I have to peel them now and then. I think that's what everyone does, but the team, even Corey, who works out much harder than I do, said that my calluses are pretty intense. I've got these tattoos on my wrists, and they say acta and verba, and I wanted to get them higher up on my wrist, but the tattoo artist very strongly advised against getting it where eczema might come up, and that sucked pretty badly. This is the part I don't want to do, guys. This is my foot. This is the eczema thereupon. At present, it's not great, but it's the height of humiliating for me to film this, to be honest. That's it. Right now it's worse than it is usually, especially because of the changing seasons. But, I want to make excuses and be like, oh, it's not that bad. It's just the camera. Rah, 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 whatever, insecurity. But, no, I've got eczema. And it's as bad at times as my asthma. Though I've seen people with substantially worse. For me, it's enough. Yeah. And I fucking hate it. It's another thing I have to deal with. I apologize if this shot's terrible because I don't have anyone here filming with me. But, my eczema has caused me a lot of problems over the years. I've got some really fun and funny friends. And, there are a couple friends who I think about. You've even seen some of them in this project so far, who I've known for a long, long time. And they would ask me, like, oh, man, what's wrong with your skin? Or you need to put on lotion, they would say. And, it's innocuous. It's not meant to hurt or anything. But, it's not dry skin, really. It's eczema. It's something deeper. And it's not like I just ignore my body. I take care of it as best I can. But like my asthma, it seems my eczema, exacerbated by my allergies, is something uncommon. My ex-girlfriend used to ask me why I never wear shorts. It's my legs. I didn't want to show them off. And again, I'm giving him a bigger head when I say this, but Corey's a big part of why I am okay wearing shorts. I mean, I've never said anything about it to him or to anyone that I work out with, but it's the highest compliment from me and a high sign of trust that I wear shorts around them. And you want to say that it's no big deal, but it causes you anxiety now and then. When, God, I remember the first time one of my students commented on it and was like, Mr. James, your hands are so dry. And I was like, cool. So I explained it. I was like, it's not dry skin, it's actually eczema. And they were like, what is that? And I was like, God, now it's got to be a whole thing. But I explained it, and I think back on some of the girls that I've really liked. And one of the things that has stopped me from ever saying anything is my eczema. There was one girl that I really liked who saw that I had eczema, and she actually went out of her way to send me a message and was like, there's this kind of medication that I use that really helps, and maybe you could check it out. She was like, I've had to deal with it too. And that was a pretty good moment. But this is one of the things that I use. If you will come with me. This is my audio right here. See? This is my audio. And the good thing about it is that it just came off, so now I have no freaking clue how to get the audio level back to where it was. But this is, I guess that's what's going to be there. This is a good time for me to check my high-tech, state-of-the-art recording equipment here. It's my iPhone. It says it's still recording, so that's good. Let me put it on Do Not Disturb, so... Oh, I put it on airplane mode, but that didn't shut anything down. See, it's still going. So, thank you, Apple. Give me some free products. A new laptop. And this is some of the medicine I use. This is called triamcinolone acetonide ointment. No, I knew that last word. I've been using this one on and off for several years now. I get different doctors, and they're like, oh my God, have you heard of triamcinolone? And I'm like, no, what is it? And then they put me on triamcinolone, and they're like, don't put this on your face, or your face will fall off. Or they're like, don't use too much of this, or your skin will fall off. Or they're like, don't ingest it, or you'll get poisoned. So I'm like, oh, okay. See, look at that. For external use only, not for Oh, I'm going to edit that part out because I feel like I should know that word. Ophthalmic. Yeah, I'm going to edit that out. Here's my face. So I guess I'm just recording this to say, I started this whole project because I really wanted to see if I could improve myself. And I wanted to, in some small, microscopic, minuscule fucking way, help someone else see that that these things or whatever they're dealing with is not everything, and that we're more than this. For a long time, I let my asthma and my eczema become an excuse. At first, they were illnesses, but over the years, they became excuses, and I will not allow that anymore. I had dreadlocks when I was in high school, right? And I had this girl that I really liked, and her grandmother wouldn't acknowledge me because I had dreads. You see, her family was from the Caribbean, my family's from the Caribbean, and they associated dreads with certain, stereotypical prejudices. And so, in order to get this girl's grandmother to talk to me, I cut my dreads off, and I've never forgiven myself for doing that. First of all, I really liked those dreads, but more than that, it was a compromising of who I was. And so when I got my first tattoo, I was like, man, I'm going to get this tattoo, or I want to get it no matter what. And so I did. And it occurs to me only since I started this project that covering my legs and my arms at all times, even in the summer, was not because I was comfortable with it, but because it was a compromising of who I am. Because I was, didn't want people to comment on it. So, don't live like that. It's not the best way to handle things. Own what you have. Own the good and the bad. And you will be better for it. Out of everything in my script, right? This is the thing that I was the most uncomfortable doing, talking about my eczema. I have so many more episodes and ideas, and some of them are really unpleasant, like talking about my breakup. But this is the thing I was the most uncomfortable with, and I made a post about it a while back on my Facebook page, and I think on my Tumblr, just talking about how much I needed to do this, but I didn't want to. But I'm not putting it off anymore. I'm gonna edit this right now, and I'm gonna upload it tonight, maybe tomorrow, probably tomorrow. I'm tired, back off, but it's gonna go up because this is the Asthmatic's long way down, and it will be beholden to no insecurities. I was supposed to smile when I said that, and then I would end the episode. I failed.
1, 2, 3. Oh no!